Give this a good read through before you start. Now sort out the fixings so they're easier to get to when you need them. You'll need some tools to build the bed. Have a tape measure, pencil, rubber mallet, posi and flathead screwdriver, and a 4mm hex key from the fixings bag on hand. If you have access to a power drill and bits, this can speed up the build process. Now you can start unboxing the wood. Put a blanket down so you don't damage the wood or your floors. Now each piece of wood has a coloured marking on it. Sort the pieces into their colour groups. You'll have the bedposts marked with left and right, red, white and blue marked pieces, and a black marked piece. Let's start on the headboard. Get a left and right bedpost, then lay them on the ground with the chalk marks at the top and facing upwards. At the top of the bed, we'll need a red marked headboard piece. This uses a 90mm Conformat screw and a dowel. Next, get a white marked headboard piece. This uses 2 dowels. Then a blue marked headboard piece. You'll need 2 dowels, a 90mm connector bolt, and a barrel nut. If you're having trouble aligning the barrel nut with the bolt, make sure you clean out the hole it sits in with a small screwdriver. We're going to need another blue marked headboard piece for the lower part of the headboard. Now we need to attach the other bedpost using the same fixings. These are shown on screen. And that's the headboard completed. Next up is the footboard. Like the headboard, lay down a left and right bedpost with the chalk marks at the top and facing upwards. We'll need 2 blue marked headboard pieces. These will go into the same positions as the headboard ones. Now attach the other bedpost with the same fixings and the footboard is complete. Next, we're going to add the side rails in. You will need an extra pair of hands to help with this. Attach dowels into the holes on the headboard as shown. Now do the same for the footboard. Have a side rail, 1 red and 1 white marked guardrail nearby. The side rail is the bottom set of dowels, the white marked guardrail is the middle set, and the red marked piece is the top set. You will want to attach all 3 into the headboard at once. Screw in a 90mm Conformat screw into the top holes on both headboard and footboard. Using a barrel nut and 90mm connector bolt, secure the side rail in place on both ends. Now fit the side and guardrails onto the other side of the bed frame. Side rail at the bottom, white marked guardrail in the middle, and red marked guardrail on top. We'll also need to fit the rear bottom support brace in. This is the black coloured piece. Put a dowel into the middle of the lower set of holes on both headboard and footboard, then fit the brace in place. Now secure both ends of the bed frame to the side and guardrails with the fixings shown on screen. The rear bottom support brace uses two 90mm Conformat screws at both ends. Next up are the mini rails for the footboard. These are E09 and E10 on the instructions. Put one down into the red marked pieces and two into the white marked pieces. Now fit the white marked piece into the lower set of holes on the footboard and the red marked piece into the upper set. Secure the red marked piece with a 90mm Conformat screw and repeat for the other side. Now we're going to build the ladder. You'll need the ladder struts, steps and 50mm Conformat bolts. Attach the steps to the struts by evenly screwing in the bolts. It's important to do it like this, otherwise you'll split the wood. Repeat for all of the steps and then do the same for the other ladder strut. When done, place the ladder in the middle of the footboard, resting on the floor. Where the ladder meets the footboard pieces, mark the rear of the ladder with a pencil. Now at each of the pencil markings, secure a ladder hook with the 15mm silver screws. Now hook the ladder onto the footboard pieces and line it up so the struts are in line with the mini rails. Using the bed slat spacer in the fixings kit, screw in the mini rails to the ladder struts with the 45mm long black screws. You might need to use a bit of force to align it all together. Next, secure all the ladder hooks to the footboard pieces with the 15mm silver screws. Next up, the centre rails. Measure and mark a third of the way from each corner post on the upper blue marked pieces of the headboard and footboard. Now fit the gold brackets to the markings using the 15mm silver screws. The bottom of the gold bracket should line up flush with the bottom of the wood. Repeat to attach the rest of the gold brackets. Once done, place the centre rails into the brackets. Now we can attach the bed slats. Starting with the footboard, place the bed slats onto the side rails evenly using the bed slat spacer. Make sure that the countersunk hole is facing upwards. Do not screw them in just yet. Starting with one side of the bed, start screwing down the bed slats using the 32mm silver screws. When attaching the other side, start from the centre and push the side rail in as you screw down. Finally, we need to attach the guardrail support. Measure and mark halfway between the headboard and footboard on the side rails. Now line up the guardrail support in the middle using the marking and secure into place with 32mm silver screws. Do the same for the other side. And that's the bed frame complete. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or queries, please contact Strictly Beds and Bunks at the email address shown on screen.